Hey guys, back here in Montana with my mom and dad, deer hunting. Mostly mule deer, but we can shoot a whitetail in here. I'm gonna head out tonight, and we've already seen quite a few deer, and actually one okay buck. Nothing that I'm ready to shoot the first day, but we saw a lot of decent deer in here last year, and so we talked to the guy who rents out the cabin, and he said that there's been some big ones that have been shot, and then some other ones that are even bigger that haven't been shot yet. Well, we're parked. Mom's gonna drop us off, and Dad and I are gonna head up into the BMA. We got signed in, and there's some deer over here on private with one buck that doesn't look not worth even really stopping and looking at very long. But we're gonna head over here, and we saw some deer in there last year.
There's deer though. A whole bunch of deer. Yeah. Over there on that flat. See the trail coming down? There's deer all the way in that saddle. Okay. So we can set up here so we can see there and here. Wow, we see quite a few deer from here. There's some deer right over here, but just a little 2-point. And then there's two herds over here that both have, looks like decent bucks from this far away, but they both appear to be on private. Try to get a little bit closer and just kind of look into this next little draw, see if there's anything in here. There's deer everywhere, so there's a good chance that there's a bunch in that next draw. Wow, we've been kind of watching these deer over here and see if there's anything with that smaller buck, but haven't seen anything. Another little whitetail buck kind of came up, and those two bucks squared off a little bit, but I think we're just going to kind of go back over the top and maybe look in there and look over back on the other side towards the road.
Well, made it back into the cabin. Just saw those deer. I think total we saw 100, but we saw that one group right there at last light that had 20 does in it. No buck that we ever saw, and got back to the truck and found out Mom was watching 2 other bucks. So there's definitely plenty of deer here. So who knows, in the morning I think we're going to go back into that, it's kind of that same spot and just take that ridge all the way around all the way up and then loop around to where we're down on the bottom. What's for dinner?
Taco salad with the Shears elk.
Oh, is this some of my elk?
Yeah, you left a package. Bring your mother, you're gonna get fed well. This is how I get him to keep bringing me.
Just waking up. Wind picked up quite a bit last night, so it's quite a bit colder. So I think we're gonna change our plans a little bit and kind of go back behind the hill and see what's on the other side of a couple of those different little ridges.
Ready? I guess as ready as I'm gonna be.
It's very windy.
Is it windier than last year?
No, it's about the same.
We're out of the wind. Kind of feels good for a while.
It's not that cold.
Yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing deer.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything yet.
But they could all be tucked down in these little things. You have to get right on top of them too.
Well, it's been keep going kind of on the same line as we did last night. We saw a deer over where they were last night. So it kind of looks like it's the same group, but that group did go up and over the top. So it's possible it's a different group, but we're gonna kind of get some elevation on this other side. We did see one single deer way over where we're heading. So I think we're gonna go up here, climb, get some elevation, maybe see if we can see over there, see if there's anything in there, and then we'll keep going with our original plan. We snuck up a little bit closer on this deer, and we did find a second buck, but pretty small, pretty young deer. And then another group of like 6 does ran over the top from the roadside. So I don't know if the buck got shot out of that group or what, but we're just gonna keep going along the bottom and go along to where we were gonna head on this morning, anyways. Well, we got to where we were gonna look and see, and it's super windy up here, pretty exposed, but not seeing a lot. There's the same buck we've been seeing all morning, and then there's one up here on private. I just can't get the spotting scope steady enough to see what it is. It looks bigger than anything we've seen, but I don't think it's huge. And far enough off the BMA that it's not even really worth hoping. Thoughts on the morning?
Windy. Not as cold as I thought.
No, I'm actually not too bad.
But we saw, I don't know, over 20 does in different groups.
And then there's that group over there that's...
And yeah, more over there, but 20 where we could actually hunt them, and 2 little teeny tiny bucks.
We haven't even seen a decent buck.
Not even one to get excited about.
Yeah. But,
We'll make a circle and kind of look at some different country. And
well, we were just about to leave here, and you'll see it on the phone scope, but a bunch of deer ran over, and then a nice buck. He's pretty tall and heavy. He's got one front's okay, but there's one side that looks almost like it's either super weak or a 3-point, but they're making their way a little bit towards us. They're still pretty spooked, I think, but I think we're going to try to get a little bit lower and make a move on it to at least get a close look at them. thought I had a good shot on him, but there's a little brush right in front of him, but I thought I had a good shot. When I first shot, he didn't do anything, nothing, and then he popped up like 10 seconds after I shot, and then ran over and I tried to get another shot, but I know I didn't hit him on that one, but he acted like he wasn't hit at all, so I don't think we're going to be packing that deer out, unfortunately. Well, we walked over the ridge where he ran to, didn't see anything, and then now I'm standing right where he was bedded, and there's not any blood at all, so pretty confident he wasn't hit at all. Kind of frustrated, but when he ran up the hill, he didn't seem like he was hit at all either, or injured. So.
Well, we actually just spotted a buck moving across. There's some does near him. We couldn't get a good look at him. He's decent sized. Bigger than most of the deer we're seeing. I don't think he's quite as big as the one yesterday, but unfortunately he's on private, so I don't know. He's close, but I don't think he's gonna come on to the BMA, so we might just have to keep going.
Quite a bit, and one walked all the way to the fence and then turned around and went back, so kind of feeding along away from where they were, so we're just going to keep going and see if we find something else. I don't think there's any point in waiting for these guys. Get him? Did you get him? They're over to the right. The deer, the does are at least.
See how big he was. He just looked decent. When you missed.
Those does were like 20 yards from me. I couldn't do anything. They were literally right down here, and then they spooked out.
I saw him run over, and that's kind of what stopped him.
So I was gonna try to pop over the top, but I couldn't do anything.
I didn't see those.
Well, yeah, because I had just looked up there. So then when you said deer, I looked, and then I looked up, and they came over a different spot. They came basically straight over the top. And then that's when I was like, oh, that's that buck. And then I wasn't sure if you were going to shoot or not.
Well, I was waiting for you, and you have your gun up, so I thought, well, I better get ready.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't
And he just looked like a decent deer coming over.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one from yesterday. Came from the same exact spot.
Yeah, we should have just sat here all.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, like, oh, I don't know. Would you say a minute, Dad? Or 2 minutes? Before those deer popped over, I asked you,
Oh yeah.
would you shoot that deer from yesterday? Oh, I don't know. And then, pretty sure it's that same deer, so.
He started to run when I shot him, or just as I was squeezing the trigger, so
Oh,
not exactly sure where
he didn't go very far. Kind of funky, actually.
4x3. Wait. Now we got some more uphills.
Yeah,
But not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Cannot complain. I drank my Gatorade yesterday.
I'm regretting not having more water in my pack. We're probably 2/3, would you say?
Back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like almost to the point where it's gonna be really easy downhill and flat, so.
Except for one fence to cross.
Yeah.
With no gate.
That's gonna be a pain. There's Mom. I'm sure she's glassing us right now. Quite excited.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah. She's walking out here to help us pack it out the last 10 feet.
Wow. Nice. So who got it?
I'm gonna make Dad carry it ahead if I shot it.
Wow, it's nice and thick.
It's heavy.
Is it?
Got a little bit fooled. It ran right down the hill at us. It looked tall and wide and heavy, and we probably saw it at what, 300 yards maybe?
Yeah.
And it ran down and another 150. I thought it looked like decent and I shot it.